بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters, and those invited guests here today, inshallah. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the brothers and sisters here at South Bank University Islamic Society for inviting me here today to give a lecture that is very close to my heart and is probably close to many of your own hearts, because I came to Islam through a very extraordinary path. And that's something I'll go into in the beginning of the talk I'm giving today here, inshallah. But what I wanted to reflect on first of all, inshallah, is that we as a Muslim Ummah, when Islam first came upon the earth, there were usually two types of people who were attracted to Islam. They were the oppressed, such as women, slaves, those ignored in society, and those deemed not to be important. And many of them were the youth. Islam was built upon the actions of the youth. Islam spread through the actions of the youth. And it gave this youth a responsibility and a direction in which they want to go in. It gave them a purpose. And if you don't have a purpose to your life, if you don't have something to live for, if you don't have something to die for, then you have a very sad life. Ali radiallahu anhu, when he reverted to Islam, was 12 years of age. Most 12-year-old boys and girls today are more taken up with the consumerism, the materialism of society, and unfortunately, many of them are preoccupied, are interested in, are pursuing education in gangsterism, thuggism. Usama bin Zayd was 15 years of age when he first fought in jihad. 15 years of age. And he was wielding a sword not for the sake of killing those who oppose him, merely because he didn't like the look of them, or because they looked at him the wrong way, they stepped on his trainers the wrong way, they was in the wrong area at the wrong time. He did it for the implementation of God's law on the earth. And this is something we should take into consideration. Youth is not an excuse for ignorance. Muhammad bin Qasim was 21 years of age when he conquered India. Most 21-year-old people today are more preoccupied with when is the next night out, when's the next paycheck, when's the next girl, when's the next man, rather than not looking at, is tomorrow going to be the day I die? Is tonight going to be my last night on the face of the planet Earth? Because it becomes very easy as individuals, brothers and sisters, that we don't take into consideration, will I wake up tomorrow? You think when you're youth that you will be alive forever. You don't think that one day you're going to get old, your bones are going to get rickety, your hair's going to go grey, your wife won't look as attractive as she used to, your husband won't look as attractive as he used to, until eventually one day you die. You go to your grave. And what do you have waiting for you in your grave? Do you have good deeds, good actions that people have benefited from your time on this miserable planet? Or have people said when you died, Alhamdulillah, he's dead. Alhamdulillah, she's dead. That person didn't benefit me in any way. These are what we have to take into consideration. But unfortunately, today's young Muslims are not thinking about the defense of Islam. They're not thinking about taking the dawah forward in the society that they're living in. They're thinking about the following things: drugs, gangs, money, music. Or, as Biggie Smalls used to say, hoes, clothes, and money. And this is a mentality, a mindset that is not natural to human beings. It's a mentality that is created for the benefit of somebody else. It's a mentality designed towards destruction. It is not a mentality based upon the benefit of mankind. It is not even an ideology based upon your own benefit. One little night with Susie Easy Girl is all it takes to ruin the rest of your life. One night. But let me tell you how music influenced me, because a lot of the time when I see brothers talking about music and its various aspects, a lot of them are usually post 50 years of age, brought up in a predominantly Muslim society with no comprehension or understanding what it means to be young living in a non-Islamic society. I've lived and I continue to live in a non-Islamic society. I was a youth growing up here. I know what it's like to go to nightclubs. I was in the nightclub. I know what it's like to take the drink and do the drink and like the drink. I know what it's like to pick up that girl for a one-night stand, because I did all of that before I became Muslim. So I understand where many of you are coming from. I understand how you enjoy it. But just because you enjoy it, it doesn't make it right. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, there are things that you like, but they're not good for you. And things that are good for you, but you don't like. So our determination and definition of a thing, of its benefit, is not if it pleases me. Because then everything would be permissible. When I was growing up, when I was 16, 17, 18, this man was the biggest influence in my life. I believed in a shahada before Islam. We know, we say as Muslims, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. I had a shahada before Islam, and it went something like this: Ashhadu an la ilaha rap, Ice Cube Rasul rap. That there is no God but rap, and Ice Cube is the messenger of rap. That was my shahada before Islam. So when you talk about a sunnah, an example, this man was my sunnah, was my example. So when he had a Jerry girl, I had a Jerry girl. When he was busting white trainers, black jeans, white t-shirt, LA Raiders baseball cap, I was doing the same. When he shaved his hair off, started wearing Dr. Martin boots, I shaved my hair off and started wearing Dr. Martin boots. Because that's what my hero was doing. That was my influence. But I was also influenced by another type of rap, conscious political rap, particularly this group here, Public Enemy. And I remember the first time I bought one of their albums, and I got it home, I undid it, and at the top of the record sleeve it said, "All praise is due to Allah."